Now, we're still waiting for clarity on exactly what the U.S. strike on Iran's nuclear facilities actually accomplished. So we are going to reserve judgment until they figure it out. Okay? Back in the States, however, a war of words has broken out between Trump and AOC. He went on a late-night social media rant calling her one of the dumbest people in Congress. He claims she's not qualified for office, and he demanded that she take the cognitive test that he swears he aced. Now, AOC responded on Instagram Live, so let's take a look at her response.
Apparently, Trump woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, and he decided that he wanted to pick a fight with me. Little me, and he's going to lose that. So maybe don't send our country into war when the vast majority of Americans, Republican, Democrat, and Independent, don't want us randomly bombing countries because you're in some type of mood.
So, my experience with him and my observation of him is he really doesn't really like strong women.
Right.
He likes dutiful, obedient women who compliment him, I find. Even back in the day when I used to do jokes about his hair, but every male comedian did jokes about his hair, but he went after me in particular.
And Rosie.
Who?
And Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, Rosie, yeah. He went bananas on Rosie.
Yeah.
So he's not going to like her. He's somehow this type of woman really gets in his kishkes,
Well, he projects, too, also, right? He's calling her dumb and unqualified.
Yes. Well,
Come on.
Well, yeah. But my question here is, are young Democrats like AOC finding the voice that's connecting with people? What do you think?
I think absolutely. I've been saying, people are talking about a resistance, and I think that's a very inactive position. I think you need to be an opposition party at this point in this country. And so I think Democrats are finding their way with these younger voices. We saw it in New York for the new mayor who calls himself a Democratic socialist. He's very progressive.
Wow.
And he ran on issues that I think Republicans were owning before. He ran on cost of living issues. He zeroed in on essentials such as housing in New York, transportation, free buses in New York, childcare, groceries. Those are things that people are really caring about. Also, in the House, we've got the youngest person, I think, am I right?
Maxwell.
Garcia.
Oh, as the chairman of Oversight.
As the chairman of the Oversight Committee. So that also shows that that we're seeing, I think, this sort of new generation of leaders that are unafraid, and they're on the offense as opposed to sort of being on the resistance.
No, it's not always, because a lot of the thoughts they're bringing up are Bernie Sanders ideas, and this is so the number one thing.
He's young at heart, though.
He might be young at heart, but I think it's less about it might be less about the age and more about the issues they're speaking of, because right now the cost of living in the U.S. has risen by nearly 24% since early 2020. 24% in 5 years, and only 40% of Americans earn enough to afford a minimal quality of life. Almost half of this country can't even have the minimal amount. So I think when you speak to how you're going to help with housing, like this man did, and he also said he's going to do something that is so brilliant. He's going to tax the billionaires. He actually said he wants to raise the corporate tax.
The mayor?
The Democratic primary one.
He said, he can't tax them federally. He can do city tax, but they'll move out of New York.
If you raise the corporate tax rate in New York, you're going to kill a lot of businesses that are
but you know what?
Looking the fight between President Donald Trump and Alexandria Ocasio is a young representative for Democrat who just started. And President Donald Trump picked a fight with her. According to President Donald Trump, he said that Ocasio, one of the dumbest people in Congress, is now calling for my impeachment. President Donald Trump, despite the fact that the crook and corrupt Democrats have already done that twice before. Democrats have done that twice before, and this lady is calling out that he should be impeached. The reason for her ranting is all about victory that the American USA has under the Trump administration. The Democrats are not used to winning, and she cannot stand the concept of our country being successful again. When we examine her test score, Donald Trump, we will find out that she is not qualified for office, but nevertheless far more qualified than Crooked, who is seriously low IQ individual, or Omar, who does not complain about her country, yet the fair country that she comes from does not have a government, is drained in crime and poverty, and is rated one of the worst in the world, or even rated at all. How dare the mouse tell us how to run the United States of America? We're just now coming back from the radical life experience with Sleepy Joe, Kamala, and Donald Trump, or top pen in charge. All this, President Donald Trump is, he's furious, not only on her, but stating other people also in power. He went ahead to say that what a disaster it was. AOC should be forced to take the cognitive test that I just completed at Walter Reed Medical Center as part of my physical. As the doctor in charge said, President Trump, see it. Meaning I got every answer right instead of her complaining. Oh, President Donald Trump. Alexandra should go back home to Queens, where I was also brought up, and straighten out her filthy, disgusting crime riding street in district she represents, and which she never goes to anymore. She better start worrying about her own primary before she think about beating our great Palestine senator. Chokes. What's career is definitely on a very thin ice. She and her Democrat friend have just hit lowest poor numbers in congregation. So go ahead and try impeaching me again. Make my day. What do you think, my people? Do you think that President Donald Trump could have come and reply, or just to ignore the young lady, the Alexandra, the Congress lady? Because the lady came back and just said, Donald Trump, you got off from the wrong side of the bed, so you want to come and taste me. So looking at it, the women in the view also were not very fancy about that. According to them, that lady is just a smaller lady. Donald Trump have bigger people. He's dealing with all type of presidents. The matter about the Iranism matter. You have Israel all along fighting. Why will you not concentrate on matter like that? Why is he focusing on this lady that is a teenager to compare to him? It doesn't make no sense, according to women of view, that President Trump wants to rub screen with her. So what do you think? Do you think that President Donald Trump could have replied her, or just ignore that? Because obviously they're in both different parties. Everybody will speak for their parties. They say we want Trump to be impeached. The other person will say impeach, or we want Trump to be impeached. Trump will say I don't want them. So everybody's fighting for their it's politics. Republican will not support Democrat, and Democrat will not support Republican, no matter how it looks like. So what do you think? Can I see your own point of view? Can I see your own opinion about all this? Do you think Donald Trump is right, President Donald Trump, to reply her or just to ignore her? What do you think? According to women of the view, she could have just ignored it and just move on, focusing on relevant stuff, not focusing on a teenager. Compared to Donald Trump, that's a teenager. He has bigger people to fight with. So what do you really think? Can I see your opinion on the comment section? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Marindo. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, and do not forget to put on the notification button. Each time I upload new video, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you very much, and God bless you. See you in my next video.